Hi everyone, welcome back to a Let's Talk with Soulful. You know, I spent this whole week walking every single morning and taking time to get some fresh air. Even when it was raining, I went for a walk. And I was really today just thinking a lot about self-care during the spiritual journey, during your spiritual path, your awakening, your activation, whatever you're going through, and how important it actually is. And if you can incorporate that into your own path of whatever it is you're doing, whatever modality you're using, or how you're addressing yourself, or whatever alchemical process you're going through, how important it is to actually just care for ourselves. I'm the kind of person that's, I go after things. I do things as I want to do them. I don't stop. I'll keep going. And sometimes that's to my own detriment. And I found that happen a lot during my growth, especially at the start of my journey, the start of my path. And this kind of growth, this kind of work, it can get hard. It can get it can change you. Okay, and it can change to quite drastic shifts if you're going through a lot of shifts and changing and learning and growing and integrating lessons and really facing yourself, especially on a daily basis. And until those efforts, those conscious efforts become a daily routine or something you're used to, it can be quite draining. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how important that self-care is, how important it is to take time for yourself. I have met people who are on this path and they're very serious, and don't get me wrong, you got to be serious, but sometimes you got to have fun. Okay. And when you get too serious or you get caught up in the spiritual war, okay, the spiritual war, I've been there. Sometimes I still go there. I get caught up in who is the enemy? Who am I supposed to be focusing on? What is my hyper focus when it comes to that? And if you're fighting a war, you're fighting constantly on many fronts, especially if you're doing something like trying to wake up a bunch of people or teach people things. Okay, if you're trying to do these things, and it's a battlefield that you're in, because the amount of people that are on this planet that are unconscious, okay, is a lot. Okay, and if you're going through a huge fight to try and shed light on that specific subject, it gets very draining very quickly. Now, a lot of the work that I'm doing right now currently is to help my family and to help my family line. I'm really trying to heal not only past wounding inside myself, but to share that with my family and share with them how they don't have to make the same choices. And simply being in that energy of trying to help my family is very draining, because I made a choice to help them. I made a choice to step into that energy that is all about, ancient wounding, things that have been carried on in my family line, and things that happened way in the past that really just affected our templates, affected our family ecology, right? So there's a lot of things there that get addressed. And there's a lot of things in my relationships with people that I've learned, and in my friendships that I learn on a daily basis. We're always learning. If you've stopped learning, if there's a stage where you've, I'm not too sure what I would call that stage. There's a stage where you feel like maybe the people around you, you're not learning from, but the truth is you're still learning. Okay, you're still learning, you're going to learn, because nothing remains the same forever. Nothing will remain the same forever. There's going to be changes in people even. If you're sitting alone in a room and you're hermiting it for a very long time, you're still going to find changes. You're going to learn things about yourself. It's an endless fountain. And the deeper you go, the deeper that it gets, the more exhausting that it gets. One of the things that I do is I like to sit in the tub. Okay, what I will do is I will literally sit in a bathtub, put hot water in, enough that I can withstand it, close the curtain, turn off the light, okay? Maybe put some candles or incense, put on some music that is really just calming or of a certain, like shamanic drums or something, and I will just sweat, okay? Now, sweat lodges are probably a better choice. You can even do this in a sauna. And I will just sweat. I will just sit there for an hour with a towel on my head with all that heat rising and let all of that just come out of me. It's like a detox in a sense. And I hadn't done this for quite a long time. A very long time. And I did it the other day and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how I feel. I can't believe how good I feel after I finished this. And it was part of my self-care routine. For a while there, I wasn't really taking care of myself. I was just going, constant. And I had this momentum and this energy that was carrying me to make my website, to start doing these readings, to help the people around me more and to be more present in my life, all while I was kind of just realizing that I was exhausted. I had literally put myself out there to a point where there was nothing left for me to give. And I was like, okay, I think that self-care is really important right now. And I had been not doing it for quite some time. So there is a lot of ways to remind yourself of self-care. And, for people who are coming to my channel and actually seeing my tarot readings, I'm actually going to be picking up, there's a self-care, I think it's an oracle deck. Okay, a self-care oracle deck that I really want to pick up so that I can kind of put that into my readings and really give people, I really love near the end of my tarot readings to just give people some advice to get them moving and jolted up, to feel a certain way so that when they come to my readings, they're not just, hey, tell me about a relationship, tell me about the future. It is more so, I want to also, with psycho-spiritual work, help people to see that they have multiple paths. There's more than one path that you can take. You don't have to take one path. You don't have to take my information and run with it and say that's the only way to do something, because no, there's many ways of doing something. You just got to pick what's right for you. So the information as it comes across through my readings is for people to maybe get some encouragement from source on their specific timeline that they're picking, their specific choices that they're making, their specific relationship, But self-care, taking the time to, I realized I don't watch TV. Before my awakening happened, I watched TV a lot and played video games a lot, and I did a lot of things that really sucked my time. And I've tried to do those things since it happened. I realized I hadn't watched TV or a show or anything mind-numbing like playing video games for almost a year. Okay, it was almost a year that I didn't sit there and like continuously watch something. I just couldn't, because I was so deep within my process and within the alchemy of healing and the alchemy of working on my own energetic system and my bloodline, that I just, like, those things that, like, they just left. So last night, for the first time, I sat down and I actually watched a TV show. It's called Outlander. I started actually watching it and I was like, oh my God, what? It felt surreal. It felt really odd to sit down and do something like that, to do that, and I'm an artist. So I love to illustrate. I love to draw all kinds of things. I love to see creativity, and I had forgotten I'd forgotten how wonderful some writers can be and some stories can be. So, self-care during your spiritual journey, it's okay. Like, I think there was a period where I judged myself too harshly for wanting to try just sitting back and doing something fun, like, all day. I was in a constant work mode that had me going really fast. And I think that I needed to really do that. Stop judging myself if I wasn't making some kind of progress, like, okay, today's a breakthrough, tomorrow's a breakthrough, next week I want to have a breakthrough, you know. But why? You know, we don't always need to be making breakthroughs 24/7. Don't need to always be doing that. It's okay to have a cookie, bake. You know, I love to bake. That's one of my favorite things to do. Bake and, you know, do art, play your guitar, you know, it's okay to do those things. You don't have to be fighting a war 24/7 inside yourself or with everyone outside of you. No matter how far along, if you can really say far along, it's just different stages that everyone here is at. Okay? Everybody's at different stages of growth. So perhaps maybe a stage of self-care is needed. Maybe it's needed. You know, I definitely know I needed it. All right, so that's my rant for today, my Let's Talk. I just want to say thank you again, a personal thank you to my 40-something subscribers now. And thanks for coming and checking out my tarot readings. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. And also some people I know are watching my art. They're looking at my stuff. I hope that you guys like it. And, you know, I'm kind of in the process right now of deciding whether I want to release personal tarot readings or do extended tarot readings. If any of you are interested in personal tarot readings or you prefer the extended readings, let me know below in this comment section or any of the tarot readings that I've done what you prefer, because I'm trying to figure out really what I want to do. Do I want to just do extendeds and sell those, or do I want to actually connect with people who are watching, people who want to connect and work with me one-on-one? I haven't quite decided yet. So, all right, that's it for me today. Remember, guys, it's okay to have cookies. It's okay to relax. It's okay to, you know, if you're working your ass off, to just take some time for yourself. Don't forget, like, self-care is just as important if you're on a spiritual path, okay? Especially if you're like exercising hardcore, learning fighting techniques, reading constantly, whatever it is. We need breaks. We need a break. Okay? We all need breaks. All right, so take care. Bye, everybody.